Hello guys, my name is Dr. Hades, and in this video we'll talk about a champion that dominated the jungle lately. He's an assassin, his name is KHA'ZIX, and I'm thinking about you guys because I want you to rank up as soon as you can. I decided to do a perfect guide for him.
It's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Before we start the video, do not forget about the giveaway. There is a link in the description to my latest tweet, and there you can follow all the steps necessary in order to enter and get a chance to win 1850 riot points. So guys, let's start with abilities and its perfect passive, which is called Unseen Threat. Nearby enemies that are isolated from their allies are marked. KHA'ZIX abilities have interactions with isolated targets. When KHA'ZIX is not visible to the enemy team, he gains Unseen Threat, causing his next basic attack against an enemy champion to deal 14 bonus magic damage and slow the enemy by 25% for 2 seconds. So there are two things. If the enemy is isolated, so if he is alone and near him there is no ally, he's isolated, you do more damage, and when you are unseen, the next basic attack will do more damage and a slow, so it's pretty nice. Of course you're gonna get unseen using the bushes or your ulti, so come on, you can do a lot of things with that. So let's move on to the Q, which is called Taste Their Fear. Deals 60 physical damage. If the target is isolated, the damage is increased by 110%. Evolved Reaper Claws. We will talk about this later when we will see the ultimate, okay? So let me show you how this works. So he's isolated. This is the way you see the enemy is isolated, so you do more damage. Okay, a lot more damage, trust me guys, because if I put another enemy here, you can see he's not isolated. The damage I do is a lot less. So if you saw before with 2 Qs and a few auto attacks he was almost dead, and here with 2 Qs and a few auto attacks he didn't get in even at half HP. So it's very important to attack people that are isolated with KHA'ZIX. So let's move on to the W, and then we will talk about every special ability for each ability. So with W it's called Void Spike and fires exploding spikes, dealing 85 physical damage to enemies hit. Heals KHA'ZIX for 60 if he is within the explosion radius. So if you are close to the enemy, you even get a heal. So if you are very far away from the explosion, you do not get the heal. But if you are very close to the explosion, so close to the enemy, you get even a heal. So this is very good for jungling and even on 1v1. So you have to do not forget about the healing because it's very useful. Let's move on with the E, and the E is called Leap and leaps to the target area, dealing 65 physical damage. So this is very simple. It's like a dash forward, but it's called a leap, so it's not something very important yet. So let's go to the level 6 and see about the ultimate. So Ulti Passive, it's called Void Assault, and it has a passive and an active. Ranking up Void Assault allows KHA'ZIX to evolve one of his abilities. So you get to evolve 3 of them, okay, because your ulti has 3 points, so you're gonna get evolved 3 of these abilities. So let's talk about each of them, what does more. So Evolve Reaper Claw, so Evolve Q, refunds 45% of Taste Their Fear's cooldown if the target is isolated, so less cooldown if the target is isolated, and increases the range of Taste Their Fear and KHA'ZIX basic attacks by 50. So you do more damage, you can do it from more far, and also you can do it more often to isolate it. So practically this is a must when you get level 6, okay? This is the first you have to do. After that it's up to you. I saw some people going for W, but in my opinion, next one is E, but we can see it right here. Evolve spike racks. Void spikes fire 3 spikes in a cone and slows target hit by 60% for 2 seconds. Reverse an enemy champion hit for 2 seconds. Isolated targets are slowed for 90% instead. So the slow is a lot better. This is why some people prefer this. But look at the leap. Increases leap range by 200 and the cooldown resets on champion kill or assist. So this is why, in my opinion, this is the best one at level 11. Let me get to level 11 and put a point. And here I can evolve my E. And now I get a bigger jump. And when I get a kill, if I get a kill, this automatically resets. So it's like Katarina. Yeah, it's very good. You do a kill, you get out, or you move on with the next kill, you know. Okay, so even the ulti has an evolved form, but let's see the active first. KHA'ZIX becomes invisible for 1.25 seconds and activates unseen threat. While invisible, he gains 40% movement speed and ignores unit collision. Void Assault can be used again within 10 seconds or the initial use up to 2 times total. So it's like this, you become invisible, you move faster, you attack, you have 10 seconds to use it again. See, you're unseen again. Yeah, so this is how you do it. This is very good for ganking, this is very good for escaping. There is a lot of possibilities to use them. You know, you can do a lot of things with KHA'ZIX because he's very good right now. So, I don't know. But in my opinion, your last one can be either one. But it depends. If you get your game, you are very far ahead. In my opinion, W is better. If the game goes more and more in the game, like it's a very late game, 30 plus minutes, you should go for Void Assault. And of course, if you are not... oh, but I didn't tell you guys about the evolve form. Void Assault's uses are increased to 3 within 10 seconds and its stealth duration is increased to 2 seconds. So it's practically, you can do the same thing 3 times and not 2 times. But the third time is good because late game, you know, if you die you have probably 1 minute cooldown to revive. So it's more useful in my opinion than this slow. But everybody can do what he prefers. So now that we talked about ability, let's reset the game and see how to put points in them. Okay, so first you start with Q, of course, and then you go with W, and then you go with E. You max out Q, 5Q, 6 ulti, and now you can evolve, of course. I will evolve Q, okay, because this is how I will do it. So at 7 you put a point in Q, and at 8 W, and at 9 Q. Now Q of course does a lot more damage. This is what he does more, a lot more damage. So level 10 W, level 11 it's ulti, and then you evolve E, in my opinion, and 12 W, 13 W, and now it does more damage, more slow, so, and you get more healing, so it's very good. So let's move on. 15E, 14 and 15E, 16 you get a point in ulti, and then you have to choose. I'll put a point in ulti right now, but it depends on you. So now ulti, practically you just get more movement speed and you're invisible to 1.25 seconds. That's it. Yep. Okay, so let's finish with the E2. And now E deals more damage. The radius is the same, of course, just the cooldown is lower. So now that we finished with abilities, let's do a jungle path. Reset the game again. Oh, I cannot do. Okay guys, so we are on our way to jungle pet. I had to reconnect on the game because before I didn't have smite, I had ignite from other game, so I just had to reset and enter again with smite. So now I started again, so the timing is perfect. We can even calculate my jungle clearing. So let's see. I didn't play KHA'ZIX for a long time, but I saw that he's doing really good right now, so this is why I'm doing the guide. At 1:30 the blue will appear, so we will see that. Okay guys, we are very close to 1:30, but you should have in mind that when you start the game you have a leash, so practically the game is, the way you clear is a little bit easier, of course. So I'll go here because I become unseen. I will use smite because it's very hard. Usually I don't use smite, but what can you do? As you can see, my healing for W is pretty good, so it's really nice to clear with KHA'ZIX. It's not hard. It's a little bit slow in the beginning, but as you get level up, it will be easier and easier. Keep in mind that wolves are not isolated, so your damage is really reduced to them. So you should clear first the small ones and not the big one. Okay, so now that we're level 3, I will put a point in E, but I will not go for the birds because I don't have a lot of AoE, and red is more important. With KHA'ZIX you will not, in my opinion, you cannot do a full clear first. Some people do, and then they go back. But now I prefer to go in the river and do scuttler and then gank, because KHA'ZIX is I don't know, pretty strong even early game, so you should keep that in mind. And clearing the scuttler is very easy for him because it has slows and you even recharge your health. And now if you don't have a gank possibility, in my opinion you should go and do the second scuttler and not the rest of the camps, because you can force gank on top after that, or you can come back on mid. Of course you're not gonna go through here, you will try to be unseen when you do this, and this is all you have to do. After that you should search for a gank or go in the jungle and invade, because you're KHA'ZIX, and if you invade your enemy is most probably isolated, so you will do more damage to him. Okay guys, now that we finished with the abilities, we finished with the jungle path, we should talk about runes and build. But before that, do not forget about the giveaway, and there is a link into the description, and get a chance to win 1850 riot points. So just enter the giveaway. Guys, so runes for KHA'ZIX are very simple. It's a domination in the left side, sorcery for the left side. On domination we get electrocute because we have a really fast combo and we get out, so we need a lot of damage in a second. Then we go sudden impact, eyeball collection, ravenous hunter, and on the right side we get sorcery, nimbus cloak, water walking. Okay, 9 adaptive force with 9 adaptive force and 6 armor. With these runes I ensure you can do a lot of stuff during the game. You can kill a lot of champions, practically you can carry the game. These are the perfect runes for KHA'ZIX. So let's see the build and then let's go play. Okay guys, so for KHA'ZIX there is a very simple core. Of course you get the jungle item with the blue smite, okay, with the warrior enhancement because you get 60 attack damage and 10 cooldown reduction. And after that you get or Mercury traits or Ninja Tabi. It depends very much on the enemy team if they have more AP power or AD power, of course. And after that, as a core, in my opinion, you should get Duskblade, again 60 damage and 10 cooldown reduction. and Black Cleaver a little bit of health, some attack damage, and a lot of cooldown reduction. So practically after this core you have 40% cooldown reduction combined with the cooldown reduction you get from evolved Q for isolated champions. I think you can Q every 1 second, so this is why you do this core. And after that you need 2 more items practically, and I just put here a list. It depends on the game. If you move, in my opinion, if you need a little bit more movement speed, a little bit of lethality, but I would not recommend this very much. Maybe better Lord Dominic or Mortal Reminder, because with Mortal Reminder I think you get even physical damage inflicts grievous wounds on enemy champions for 5 seconds, and here you just get armor penetration. But I think I would go as a 5th item Guardian Angel. So Guardian Angel in my opinion is a must, and after that Edge of Night or Mercurial Scimitar. So this would be for me like this as a 5th item, and after that I would choose one of these 4, depending on the situation. But you guys can do whatever you want, because you know sometimes you play against very strange champions, so you need a very strange build. But this is the average build that I would use, and maybe a lot of players would use. Okay guys, if you enjoyed the videos, please smash that like button, subscribe to my channel and enter the giveaway. And until next time, do not forget that League of Legends is a team game and not a single player one. See ya!